No, what's yours?
What's yours?
No, you first, you first.
You first.
Ladies before gentlemen.
Well, lace. Miles of silk and miles of satin. What about yours?
Oh, well, you were this little baby Nessa about 3 inches tall, and you're dancing around on top of this white cake.
Billy? Billy, what if we...
You just... Oh, yes, There's just one little problem, though. I mean...
What?
Well, we got this darn bet between us.
Oh, that's nothing. That's not a problem.
I'm glad you feel me. You know, miss, if you want to call it off, hey, I'm behind you 100%.
If I want to call it off?
Yeah, I mean, I can't call it off. Hey, that'd be against my code.
What code?
Well, if I'm in business, when I make a business bet, I got to follow through.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, you, on the other hand, I mean, you know, yeah.
Aha! I think I catch your drift. Whereas I, on the other hand, have absolutely no business ethics at all. Off this bet all by myself. This has got to be a mutual decision, Billy.
Darling, I cannot back out.
Well, darling, I cannot back out either.
Oh, well, good, great, wonderful. Well, what the hell does leave us now?
God, I don't want to do this. Now, what am I folding these for? What is the point? You know, I wasn't folding this stuff.
Listen, you don't have to do this now, you know.
Yes, I do. I want to get this over with. My father died yesterday. Right now, you know what I'm thinking? I should have died a long time ago.
Is it the food? The bed? Our view of the back alley? What is it about this place that makes you want to keep coming back here, Phil?
I assure you, Officer Williams, I did my damnedest to stay away.
Well, maybe we ought to put a sign up saying this cell reserved for Philip Spaulding.
I don't think that would be necessary. Thanks.
I hope not, son.
It might be necessary. Philip, if you don't stop trying to...
Okay, so you can just...
No, it's not okay.
Lecture time, right? You've decided to pick up Justin's torch, is
You
that it?
guys, you think you could keep it down? Let a guy get some sleep.
Philip, I'm not here to lean on you. Now, this choice is all yours, believe me.
Yeah?
Yeah. So, what happened last night?
I would assume they had told you. I gave the officers a hard time when they tried to escort me from the reins.
The officer who was there told me that you decked his partner.
Yes, I most certainly did. I did not intend to, but I did.
You know, I haven't the foggiest idea why those two officers didn't charge you with resisting arrest and assault.
They did. That's why I'm here.
No, they didn't.
Brad.
The officers thought you could use a night in jail just to cool off. Philip, why did you make such a scene?
I don't know. I don't know. Things just got out of hand. I went over there with the best intentions. All I was going to do was tell Beth that if she didn't get back to the country club, she was going to lose her job. Simple enough, right? Well, Mr. and Mrs. Raines did not think it was such a good idea for me to see her.
Oh, what is so terrible about that? They could relay the message to her, couldn't
No, I didn't want them to relay the message, and that's not the point. It's not the message, it's not last night. He won't let me anywhere near her.
Philip, just because your girlfriend has been grounded for a few days, that doesn't give you the right.
It's not grounding, and it's not a few days. You're not listening to me. He will not let me anywhere near her. He's locked her up.
What do you mean, literally?
To her, she's like a stranger to me. Doesn't make any sense. Something is wrong. Something is very wrong in that house, and it's getting worse.
What exactly do you mean?
Well, I thought that I had something of an ally in Mrs. Raines. She was at least reasonable. She talked to me, tried to explain things, but no more. She was the one that called the cops last night.
You don't have any idea what changed her?
I don't know. It's got to be something that Raines said or did. He hates me, hates my guts.
The last time you were in a fight over a company, that had something to do with Mr. Raines, too, didn't it? Now, I have met Beth. She's very lovely, very nice girl. But is she really worth all of this?
Yes, she's worth this. She's worth this and a lot more. I love her. She's the only thing I have left in my life. She's the best person I have ever known. And I'm going to do everything I can to help her.
Philip, you have to realize there's very little you can do to help her.
That's not true. Why?
Because Raines is calling the shots on this. The law is on his side.
Well, I saw that last night.
No, this goes way beyond you being arrested for trespassing. He could get a court order that would prevent you from even talking to Beth. So if you really want to help her, find some other way than a direct assault. Understood?
Yeah, I guess.
I hope so. Lord, let's blow this joint.
I thought you loved me.
No, Vanessa, you know I do.
Good. Call off the bet.
I can't!
What?
Look, it'd be a hell of a lot easier for you to call off the bet. You don't got as much to lose as I do. Lifetime cultivating the image of a high-powered wheeler-dealer businessman.
So?
Well, if I was to back off on the bet now, everybody'd call me a welcher.
But, darling, if I were to back off on the bet, everybody would call me a welcher.
Come on, Vanessa, it's not the same for you, and you know it.
Why not?
Because you're a woman.
Oh!
And a woman can change your mind. It's God-given prerogative for you to change your mind.
Billy, don't you realize you sound like one of those jackasses who sits around in a club smoking a cigar all day long?
Okay, all right. Well, that seems to me there's only one thing left to do, and that is to follow through on this bet.
To the bitter end.
And may the best person win.
Well, good. Now that's settled, I'm going to go find out about breakfast.
Miss Agatha, it's Billy Lewis.
Why, good morning, Mr. Lewis. But is there something wrong with your voice?
No. Oh, yeah, I'm just a little hoarse.
Oh, dear, dear. Well, ailments of the throat must not be ignored. Now, I have the most wonderful remedy. Key lime in a little oolong tea
That sounds
and some...
wonderful, Miss Agatha. I have to see you right away.
Oh, yes. Well, we are meeting this afternoon, aren't we, with Miss Chamberlain?
Yes, but I need to see you before that loan. Believe me, Miss Agatha, it's real important.
Oh, yes. Well, of course. Oh, lovely. And could you just give me a tiny hint about what this is all about?
Oh, it concerns Miss Chamberlain.
Oh, I see. Well, I shall be there with bells on. Goodbye, Mr. Lewis.
Okay, bye-bye.
For dinner.
I don't have time to chat. I called to ask if I could see you today. It's very important.
Oh, well, my, what a charming coincidence, because, you see,
I really have to rush this, but you see, it concerns Billy Lewis. I want to see you early if I could.
Oh, I see. Well, as a matter of fact, I do have an appointment in a half hour, but, well, I could drop round your house after that.
Perfect. Thank you.
Oh, well, it's my pleasure. And goodbye now, dear. Wonderful. It's about time those two forgot about T-balls and started concentrating on one another.
Mr. Spaulding, Mrs. Spaulding is outside. Shall I show them in? This young man has something for you?
Mr. Alan Spaulding? I am. This is for you. What is this?
Divorce papers, Alan.
I thought we agreed to discuss things before our lawyers drew up the papers.
No, Alan, the only thing that I agreed to discuss was Alan Michael.
We can do that now.
If you wish. But we both know what's best for him.
Do we?
Yes, he belongs with me. You don't have the time to nurture a child you never have had.
As long as you don't deny me visitation rights.
Of course not.
Good.
But I doubt if you'll exercise those rights very often. Would you like to go over which days of the month are mutually acceptable to you now?
No, as long as we're agreed in principle, we can let our attorneys work out the details.
Details, Alan. You don't like handling details. I think you'll find that everything is in order. I'll let you have time to agree with me. All I want to do is have my freedom and be free to live my own life.
Good luck.
I don't need your smirks or your luck, Alan. Would you answer one question for me?
What's that?
What changed? Why did you stop loving me?
I moved on. You didn't move with me.
That's not true, Alan. You always left me behind, at home. I wasn't a wife to you or a partner. I was just a house pet.
Bird in a gilded cage?
Maybe so. But the cage door... It's none of your business, Alan. Do you have any idea what a pleasure it is to be able to say that to you?
Virginia, would you come in here?
Yes, Mr. Spaulding.
I want this duplicated, 2 copies. Messenger 1 to my attorney, and the other to Trish Lewis at Ross Marler's office.
A lot of decorations, didn't you?
Yeah. I used to love those medals when I was a kid.
I bet you did.
Yeah, sometimes when he had a special God hero.
Keep these.
Nope, no way. They're going. Everything's going. I'm gonna burn everything tonight.
Why are you gonna burn it?
Fire is supposed to cleanse away evil. The only way to destroy his memory is destroy his things. It's the only way to do it.
Burning things isn't gonna destroy them. Okay?
I can't live with that memory, Tony. I can't.
Good morning, Ross. Have a seat.
Thank you. Ellen, I'm here to tell you that Philip spent last night in jail.
What has he done this time?
He forced his way into his girlfriend's house.
Beth Raines?
Yes, Raines called the police, and when they arrived, he got into a fight with them.
I wish you weren't involved with that family.
Well, wishing won't do it, Alan. Something has to be done, and quickly, too.
That family's problems are none of his affair.
Trouble all the time. I tried talking to him, but I don't think I got through.
I'll find a way. Thank you for telling me about this, Ross.
You're welcome. Now then, I have to be off.
Okay. Oh, before you go, how's the campaign coming?
I'm not really sure. I haven't been able to spend that much time on it.
The Sims case.
Yes, but starting this morning, I can put the campaign back in high gear.
With Trish Lewis at the steering wheel.
You bet.
How's she working out?
I couldn't ask for anyone better. She's really quite remarkable.
That she is. Well, I'm anxious to see how the campaign turns out.
So am I.
I'd say you have a promising future.
Well, I'm pushing very hard to make sure that it's a little more than promising.
I'm sure you are.
Matter of fact, I should start pushing right now. Take care.
Thank you. Self, Mr. Marler. Hello, Karen. It's Alan Spaulding. I have a little job for you.
Let me go.
No, it's not gonna work. You don't throw out memories like they're old clothes.
I hate him.
You don't hate him. You want to, but you can't. He was your father. He loved you, and you loved him, and that's okay. You can miss him. You can grieve for him. Ever.
It's not supposed to be this way.
Well, I know. I know. What you got?
Family photographs. You know what's funny? He never believed in photographs. He said that they encourage people to live in the past instead of concentrating on the present and the future. And here he was, hiding those away the whole time.
Hey, this is, Janet.
Mm-hmm. You know what? I remembered last night, the very first day that I ever saw her. It was, well, after my... me back to our house in Maryland, and for the longest time I kept saying, "Where's Mommy gone?" And then one day he brought this woman home with him, and he said, "Here she is. Here's Mommy." She finally came back.
Did you know that Janet wasn't your mother?
Yeah. But see, he said that she was, and I was sure that Daddy wouldn't lie to me.
Oh, God.
So she came over to me, and she looked at me for a minute, and then she just picked me up and hugged me. She said, "Let me be your mother, Annabelle. I'll love you. I promise I will." And that's all it took. I let her be my mother. I needed her so badly. I forgot that it all happened. I was so little, and the blackouts had started by then.
Oh. That's you, isn't it?
When I was about 10, my little my half-brother, Stevie.
Does he know?
I don't know how to tell him. Oh, Tony, I miss Dad.
Yes.
I do love him.
Yes.
I always will.
I know. And it's okay.
Let's see.
Oh, could I get either of you some coffee?
No. Would you like some tea?
Oh, you don't have to bother with the social amenities, Mr. Lewis. I am simply palpitating to know why you are so eager to see me today.
Yes, well, I'm gonna turn up all my cards, put them on the table.
My, how exciting.
Yes, I see. Well, Miss Agatha, I haven't been totally honest with you in the past few weeks.
You really aren't a T-ball enthusiast after all, are you, Mr. Lewis?
No, ma'am, I'm not. As a matter of fact, I plumb hate tea.
And actually, your real interest is Vanessa Chamberlain.
But well, how long have you known about this?
Well, I've known about it from the very beginning, but do go on.
Okay, along about the time that Miss Vanessa and I first met you...
And the two of you decided...
Miss Agatha, you truly are amazing. How'd you find out about all this?
Oh, well, it's really rather elementary, my dear boy. You and Vanessa have been rather obvious the way you have been pursuing me.
Well, I hope you don't think that we've been using you.
Well, of course you have. But I don't mind, no, not in the least. I have been having a wonderful time. I have not been so royally courted since I was a debutante back in the era of my youth.
Well, may I say, Miss Agatha, that you are a hell of a lady, and it's been a real pleasure courting you.
Well, back to the wager, Mr. Lewis.
Yes, well, I've been thinking it over, and I kind of like Vanessa to win.
Oh, really? Well, that's very generous of you. But why?
Well, you see, I think it would kind of hurt her pride if she lost. I don't want her to go through all that.
Oh, yes, Miss Chamberlain is...
Would you consider investing with Vanessa's company?
Why, Mr. Lewis, it seems to me that, that you are assuming that I have already chosen your proposal.
Well, yeah, I mean, I could see you were leaning my way right from the start.
Oh, really?
Yes. You will consider investing with Vanessa's company, won't you?
Oh, well, I am afraid that I am going to need a little bit of time to mull all of this over, but...
Well, how much time?
Why is it that I get the impression that this wager must be settled post-haste?
Well, Miss Agnes, I'll tell you, this wager's lying smack dab in the aisle on the way to the altar for Miss Vanessa and myself.
Oh, Mr. Lewis. In that case, I shall make my decision this afternoon.
Oh, good.
Could you possibly meet me at the country club this evening?
Oh, certainly, yeah. As a matter of fact, I'm going there this evening myself for a survival party. We're going to celebrate the fact that we survived.
Bombed?
I'll explain it all to you this evening when we get together.
Oh, my, it sounds very, very exciting.
Oh, say, you won't mention any of this to Vanessa.
Oh, my lips are sealed. And, by the way, Mr. Lewis, am I invited?
To the party?
No, dear boy, to the wedding.
Oh, Miss Agatha, you are most certainly invited to the wedding.
And we both know exactly what I shouldn't give you for a wedding present, don't we?
T-balls.
Mr. Spaulding, Mr. Raines is here.
Ah, Raines.
Mr. Spaulding, thank you very much. You asked to see me, sir.
Yes, sit down. It's about my son, Philip.
She got very upset, got a little
You
carried
did the
away.
right thing, Raines.
I did?
I think it's time that we did something about my son and your stepdaughter, don't you?
Pardon my saying so, but Philip's been being a real nuisance.
Well, I think it's time that you and I faced up to the truth, no matter how unpleasant.
Oh?
If the force of law is the only thing we have to keep my son in check, then I'm afraid we're going to have to use that force.
How do you mean, sir?
Were you planning to press charges against Philip for last night?
Oh, no, of course not, Mr. Spaulding. We just wanted the boy out of that house.
I think you should press charges.
You do?
Yes, you can swear out a complaint against Philip for harassment. I'll arrange for a lawyer for you. Take care of all legal expenses, of course.
Well, sir, if you really think that's best.
I do.
Philip go back to jail, then?
No, nothing like that. But I think Philip will get our message loud.
Oh, please, my dear. Please, go on.
Well, I'm sure that you decided to invest in Spaulding, but I would be very grateful to you if you would reach...
It's just wonderful. They both think that they have won.
Both who?
Oh, nothing, my dear. Please, go on. Continue.
Well, I would be very grateful if you would invest in Billy's company.
Oh, it is wonderful. I have not had this much fun since Homer put the goldfish in Papa's brandy glass.
Agatha, would you please?
Oh, my dear, I am afraid I'm going to need a little bit more time. However, well, I will be at the country club this evening.
Oh, well, I'll be there, too, for that meeting.
Yes, of course, you'll be there at the survival party.
Agatha, what kind of tea leaves do you use? Or you go,
Yes, if I will please refrain from telling Mr. Lewis about our little conversation, my dear. You needn't worry, my lips are sealed. But I've been wanting to ask, will you be wearing voile or lace?
Voile or lace?
Yes, for your bridal gown. Well, I know lace is a little old-fashioned, but, well, it would be so lovely on you. And also, I don't want to be presumptuous, but I do want you to know that I would just love to be a part of the wedding party. Ta-ta.
Morning, Josh.
Joanne?
Oh, Josh, this is our new temporary secretary, Barbara. Barbara, this is my brother, Josh.
Hey, Josh.
Oh, hi, I'm sorry. Nice to meet you.
Want some coffee?
Yes, please. Black.
Hey, Josh, I thought you had a meeting over at Barrington this morning.
I canceled it.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, I see. You want to be here when HB shows up.
Not that he's anxious to see me.
Hey. What do you say that for?
Just happened to notice that he avoided me last night, meeting you. He just happened to be there when I happened to not be there. Is that right? So I had to get all the information secondhand.
Well, you can get it firsthand now, Joshua. Your daddy is here, alive and well, back in town, and this time I'm staying.
Would you excuse us for a minute, Barbara? Thank you. What exactly do you mean you're staying?
I'm touched, Joshua. Listening to you just now, it sounded like you were really worried about me.
Obviously a waste of effort. You know, I should have known that you would show up just when the coast is clear, HB. I really don't want to think that my father ducked out just to save his own skin, but you don't leave me much choice, you know that?
Now, see here, buddy.
Now, perhaps, if you would just tell me where you were and why you disappeared, I wouldn't feel that way.
I did what I had to do.
Oh.
We'll leave it at that.
I see. And what you had to do included slipping away again just when...
Right. We should be tickled pink to be back together again. We had a maniac out there trying to do us in, yet we all came through it okay.
And we're lucky.
Speaking of which, you know about that survivors party tonight that Mindy's throwing?
Yes.
That little girl sure got moxie, by God. We should all have the same kind of...
HB, what's wrong? You okay?
Yeah, sure. I'm all right. Just a little tired. I whooped it up a mite too much last evening at the club.
What's the matter with your side?
Growing pains. So, you boys managed to hold on to this little operation while I was gone.
Yeah. Thanks to you.
Now, those are welcome words. I'm glad someone sees fit to... bought out from under you.
It's real funny that you should bring that up, HB. Here.
What's all this?
It's an agreement stating the terms of the loan.
What loan?
The $1.2 million you lent us.
Well, that wasn't a loan, Joshua. I gave you boys
Yes, it was a loan, and we're going to pay it back in 2 years with interest.
Josh.
All the specifics are outlined in this contract. Just check it out and sign it.
Well, I know you boys are good for it. You're my sons. There's no need to go through this kind
Yes, there is a need, HB. I want this to be strictly business. You understand that? No favors from you.
Josh,
And I'll tell you why, Billy. Because every time HB does us a favor, it ends up favoring him. You know that.
Now,
come on,
Josh,
sign
don't
it.
get your...
HB, you sign it. I'm going to leave this company right now.
Ho, 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 ho. Well, we don't want LTA.
Thank you.
So how long you gonna be around this time before you pull one of your famous disappeared acts?
I'm not planning to disappear again.
When are you going back to Tulsa?
Well, there's no reason to hurry back. I've trained my staff at Lewis so well, they don't seem to miss me.
Well, what you gonna do?
I am going to take a long sabbatical.
Does that mean you're gonna be staying in Springfield?
I ain't getting any younger, Joshua. After all that's happened, I hanker to stick close to my kinfolk for a while.
I see. So, what exactly is it you want from us this time, HB? Bunch of bull. What? You want blood, right? I mean, that's what you usually want. You're not going to get it from me, though, this time, HB. You understand that? You're not going to get it this time. I'll be back later.
Sure is good to be back. Don't it remind you more and more of home? What in the hell's the matter with him?
That's okay, Lionel. Why not? Look, I'll just sit here and wait.
Well, you know, Miss Lewis, the boss told me to hold down the fort till he got here, so, is there somehow that I could help you?
Well, maybe you can, Lionel. What I need is the boss's, Ross's schedule up until the special election.
Well, now, Miss Lewis, the first thing that you're going to have to learn about the old law enforcement game is that around here... Good morning, boss.
Morning.
I found the squeak in your chair.
Ah, yes, my squeak.
You know, just a couple of drops of oil and this chair is going to be good as new.
I bet it.
I'll go get some.
Good morning, Trish. Sorry I'm late. Did Mr. Fix-It tell you where I was? It's been one of those mornings, believe me.
Look, I can come back later if you'd like.
No, that's all right. Campaign is now top priority. We have to get rolling if I'm going to win this election.
Oh, music to my ears. That mean I'm going to have more than 20 minutes with you?
My dear, you have me until noon.
Good. We've really got a lot of ground to cover. And I want to go over that media coverage you got on the bomb at the Chamberlains.
Yeah, what media coverage?
Exactly. I'm going to look into that and make sure I find out why that story was buried.
What is it, Lionel? The squeak is taking me.
I have a delivery for Miss Lewis.
Thank you, Lionel.
You may go now, Lionel.
Well, I thought...
That. Now we're busy, man.
Besides, I have a tip
do
for
it
you,
later.
boss.
Go,
It won't
hit
take
the
but
door.
just a second, boss. I'll get right into it. Right into
I don't believe this.
What is it?
Ross, I'm sorry. I have to leave. I'll call you later.
No. Trish. So much for the campaign for this morning. I guess I do have time for that tip of yours, Lionel. What is it?
Well, a friend of mine from police headquarters called to tell me that the guy that had your nephew arrested last night has decided to press charges for harassment.
Nancy? Yeah, get a hold of Philip. Have him meet me over here at the office right away. See.
I don't really know. Not long ago, I cleaned my dad's stuff out of this room, and the only thing I kept was this old fishing hat. It just seemed like the right thing to do, you know.
Tony, I'm so sorry. You're helping me get through all this, and I haven't been helping you at all. Nobody's been helping you.
It's okay. I grieved for my father for 20 years. Now that I found him, I don't have to grieve anymore.
Really?
Yeah. Just have to say goodbye. I'll do that tonight at the memorial service.
Well, when you're saying goodbye to your father, that's when I'll say goodbye to mine.
Things had begun.
Why?
Well, I know that you're bothered by the fact that I'm married.
No, Alan, you're way off.
Am I?
Yes. What bothers me is the way you try to manipulate people. The way you treat your relationships like they were business deals.
I don't think that's fair.
Signing and dissolving contracts.
Well, I wanted to prove to you that I meant it when I said I was getting a divorce soon.
You don't need a piece of paper to prove you love someone.
I do love you.
No, you don't love me. You want to acquire me. You think I'll be a valuable asset to you. I'm not interested in being part of your portfolio.
What's happened, Trish? You used to care for me. I know you did.
You're not the person I thought you were, Alan.
And Ross Marler is.
Ross is a warm and caring man, if that's what you mean.
Take over your personal life. You seem to have developed a habit of becoming involved with the people you work for.
Oh, my God.
A simple observation.
Innuendo, you mean?
You deny it?
Yes. Yes, I do, Alan. Ross and I are friends and business associates. Can you understand that? And this much is true. When I do get involved with someone, I hope he is as good a man as Ross Marler.
I got a class at 10, so...
Well, I have bad news, Philip.
What's the matter?
Mr. Raines has decided to press charges against you for harassment.
Harassment? Well, that ought to look good on my rap sheet.
We don't have time for your James Dean imitation. Now, you're going to be served with a summons and a petition to appear in court. This time, you'll probably get just a warning to stay away from the Raines family.
What if I don't?
You're going to be in deeper trouble than you ever imagined.